over 1 billion lives digitally and respected as a courses. He has enriched over 1 billion lives digitally and respected as a commentator of all the sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Shiva Sutras, the Brahma Sutras, the Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gita, and the Jain Sutras. So the Supreme Pontiff is honored as a leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader. So he is the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudra Kanyas, the Rudras, the Rishis, the Rishikas, the Bhairavas, the Bhairavis, and Sannyasis. So he is the establisher of the largest Hindu university, Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University in the world, with satellite campuses in 150 countries. So the Supreme Pontiff is the establisher of 1,000 and plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems. And he's the founder and reviver of over 100 Sarvagnapitas, the collector of the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. Yes. So with that, we'll be moving on to the extraordinary powers of third eye demonstration. So all of us know, like those who have been watching and following the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the YouTube channel, the Facebook, and those who have been initiated disciples of Bhagavan, His Divine Holiness, would have actually witnessed the demonstration of the live powers of third eye. So now we'll be understanding what is third eye, what are the pramanas, and a live demonstration of the third eye powers by our Nithyananda yogis, initiated by His Divine Holiness directly. So we'll be coming back after a short break with the introduction to our Nithyananda yogis and Nithyananda Gurukul Balasins. So let us meet after a short break.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities, and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through his body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
So welcome back to the extraordinary power demonstration by our Nithyananda yogis. So now we are going to be witnessing a live demonstration of the manifestation of extraordinary Shaktis. So the Balasans, the Nithyananda yogis, the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, will now be demonstrating the powers of the third eye and sharing with all of us the experiences and the results of the extraordinary manifestation of these divine powers manifested, awakened in us through Diksha, initiation. So in today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, all of us will be receiving the initiation into third eye awakening and various other powers with the blessings and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And we will be manifesting the following powers. The power of third eye, which is seeing with eyes blindfolded. The third eye is a cosmic browsing center which is located between your eyebrows. It is present for everyone who's watching, and which is upon initiation, effortlessly you can express powers through your third eye, and you can see through the third eye just as you would with your two eyes. And the second power we are going to be manifesting is scanning the thought current. Yes, so before we enter into the demonstration of what are powers, third eye powers, and how it is going to be manifested, let us understand what are Shaktis. So in the Veda Agamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva, he reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis and divine powers. So manifesting powers, manifesting Shaktis are described as a system, a method, and a science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. So Shaktis, they literally manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are a divine and you need to manifest divine, and not that you are a man and you need to reach divine. So it just literally manifests from the space that you are Paramashiva. So as you're watching, there is a unique difference between what are Shaktis and what are Siddhis. So many of you are watching this program would have heard about Siddhis. So let us understand what are Shaktis and what are Siddhis and what is the difference. So Shaktis, they express from the space of enlightenment and as a side effect of the feeling connection with divine and when you are in high integrity with the Guru. Whereas Siddhis are the powers that manifest from deep penance or by your free will for enlightenment. Shaktis are literally a source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis manifest when you are on the path of enlightenment. So this is the most important difference between Shaktis and Siddhis. So when you see the Shaktis of Paramashiva, they manifest through extraordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after initiation from the avatar. So very important thing is initiation from an avatar. Whereas Siddhis are not permanent, Shaktis are permanent. And Siddhis at one point of time may divert you from enlightenment. So at one point of time, it might divert you from the path of enlightenment.
Yes. So, who is the source of all these Shaktis? How do we get all these Shaktis? Who is the source of all of this? Paramashiva. Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. As a fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, the five cosmic acts of Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Drobhava, and Anugraha. Creation, sovereign rulership and maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion, liberating and liberating grace for all living entities.
Yes.
Now let's see who is the avatar of Paramashiva. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as the 1008th living incarnation and representative of Paramashiva, and the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. Ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. It was where the science of enlightenment and powers, Shaktis, was lived and taught as a lifestyle for the first time in modern day. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving these yogic sciences and transmitting it to the world at a record-breaking and never accomplished before.
So let us see the Guru Parampara. How the avatar was grown up, how he is who he is now. The knowledge and science of manifesting these Shaktis are passed down from one generation to the next through Diksha, initiation, by the enlightened Gurus, Siddhas. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age, was trained and taught all these sciences to revive the initiations and knowledge repositories for billions to manifest the science of power manifestation from the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Shri Vidya, Yoga, Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, the science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashivanyana and Paramashiva Vijnana. Here you can see the whole list of the Guru Parampara, various Gurus of Swamiji like Isaki Swamigal, Mata Vibhudananda Puri, Yogi Yogananda Puri. So all these Gurus who have grown up Swamiji, who Swamiji was brought up by and made to be who he is now.
Now let's see, how do we awaken the divine Shaktis in us and how do we manifest them? What is manifesting Shaktis? Every ultimate truth, Jnana, mapped into your consciousness, Prajna, manifests as possibility and power of every being, which is Prajnana.
Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through look, word, or touch.
The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarvasamapi Dikshanam Muktihi Phalamakhanditam Avirodhat Bhavantyeva Prasangyastu Bhuktayaha. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership, and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi Diksha Vihinasya Na Siddhihi Na Cha Sadgatihi Tasmat Sarva Prayatnena Guruna Dikshito Bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham, Nithyananda Nagar, Birdi, Bengaluru. Contact 97422 03311 8.
Yes. So that was just a small introduction about the science of Diksha, the science of transmitting the knowledge, transmitting the Shakti. So that was just a small video on that. Now let us see how what we're manifesting, what we're teaching, everything. Let us see how it is authenticated through the four aspects of evidences or pramanas. The four aspects are the Shastra Pramana, the Apta Pramana, the Atma Pramana, and the Sakshi Pramana. So the Shastra Pramana are the eternal unchangeable truths which are revealed in the source scriptures. The next is the Apta Pramana, the experiences and results of Aptas or authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishis and scientists who have time tested and verified this science. Next is the Atma Pramana, or the account of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. And last is the Pratyaksha Pramana, or the empirical evidences from observation and scientific experimentation. So this is how the science of power manifestation, science of everything which we're teaching in this program, this is how it is authenticated. And all these are found in the Vedagamas. So let's learn what are the Vedagamas.
In the Vedagamas is a living applied science. Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus. And Vedas are the pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology, the applied science is expanded. Vedas and Agamas, the Vedagamas, are given the status of Shruti as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva. They are the ultimate, eternal, unchangeable truths. A reference cited from these Shastras or source scriptures is called the Shastra Pramana.
So let us get ready to witness a very unique and exciting demonstration of the power of third eye. So now, as we explained, we'll be seeing the four aspects, the four evidences, the Shastra, the Atma, the Apta, and the Sakshi Pramana for the power of third eye.
The power of third eye, seeing through the third eye. Kapalantarmanonyasa tishtanmilitalochanaha kramena manasodadyat lakshayet lakshyamuttamam. The translation of this verse is by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession. By that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam. By having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva.
Yes, so that was from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Next is the Apta Pramana, where Bhagavan Krishna initiates Arjuna into the third eye. In the Hindu Purana Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye to behold Krishna's Vishwarupa Darshan, the vision of Krishna's cosmic form. In the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which contains the description of Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form, is completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Krishna through his third eye. न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्. But you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore I grant divine third eye. Behold my cosmic opulence. So let's see the Atma
Inside and
Pramana now.
outside broke.
Yes. So in this Atma Pramana, we will be listening to Swamiji's own words of his experience.
The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree, 10 direction, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience. I felt that the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. The setting sun, rising moon, the whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, bush, shrubs, trees, everything, everything, everything. Just became so alive. The idea, something is inside.
Yes. So, with those beautiful words of Swamiji, let's move on to the Pratyaksha Pramana, the empirical evidences from observation and scientific experimentation. So, you can see that when the study measures compare the metabolic cell activity of the brain in conscious and meditative states using the PET, positron emission tomography. So you can see beautifully the research says that when Swamiji is doing daily activities, high activity is measured in the brain where the third eye is located. And when Swamiji is in the deep state of samadhi, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace. So now let us witness the Sakshi Pramana in front of your own eyes. Now you will be witnessing the Balasins and Nithyananda Yogis being manifesting the extraordinary power of third eye. But before that, let us also see the Shastra Pramana and the 4 Pramanas for the power of body scanning.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of body scanning is Swadehe Jagato Vapi Sukshma Sukshma Tarani Cha Tattvani Yani Nilayam Dhyatvante Vyajyate Para.
Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause, Paramashiva. And by the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi, Adi Shakti, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. So now let us see the Apta Pramana for the power of body scanning. How our ancestors, the rishis, munis, have time tested and verified this science and have proven it to be true. And the Apta Pramana comes from the life of a Siddha. Terayar was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. One day, a man suffering from severe headache comes to Agastya for healing, and Agastya uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small terai, a type of frog, sitting in the person's brain. And Agastya immediately instructs Terayar, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. And remember, this is thousands of years ago. And Agastya is asking his disciple to do an open head surgery and remove the frog from the man's brain. And the surgery is completed successfully, and the person is healed and permanently cured of the headache. Thus, he gave the name Terayar. This was more than 5,000 years ago, and these are our ancestors and rishis, siddhas, munis who have manifested this power. And next is the Atma Pramana.
The Atma Pramana accounts from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam's life itself, which has time tested and authenticated this science. On the 22nd of December 2019, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, revealed how Swamiji used the power of body scanning, paraphrasing his words. Only when I had the multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for surgery and
Yoga Prana, I think you can go ahead.
Yes. So completing for the technical glitch, I'll be continuing. Swamiji beautifully tells, only when I had the multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for surgery and therefore for medical checkups related to that. And at that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in different organs of mine, and it was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. So basically, Swamiji just did the body scanning, and Swamiji found out the problems and imbalances which had happened. So Swamiji beautifully tells, through body scanning, I found out what the problems and imbalances has happened and where the balance had to be done. I used allopathy as the second opinion to just verify my findings. Next is the Shastra Pramana. You can see so many initiated disciples, millions of disciples all across the globe are manifesting these extraordinary Shaktis. So you can see participants and devotees all across the globe are posting the manifestation results. And now you will be witnessing first the extraordinary Shakti of the power of blindfold reading, the power of third eye, and then the power of body scanning. So I request all of you to stay tuned.
So now our Nithyananda yogis, our Balasans, will be demonstrating the power of third eye and the power of thought current scanning. So let us now get ready. So we'll be back in after a short break.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So we'll be now entering into the live power demonstration of the power of third eye. So we are having our Nithyananda yogis, Abhalsans, Manitya Yoga Pranananda and Manitya Madhurananda. So we'll be having the live demonstration. So yes, ma'am, we can go ahead.
Yes. So along with me here, I have Manitya Kaladhanananda, who will be manifesting the extraordinary Shakti of the power of blindfold reading. So along with me here, I have an eye band. In front is a complete opaque sheet, and behind is a thick sponge. And you can see under it's also completely glued, and there's no way of light passing through this. You can see that there's also two holes for the eyes to comfortably sit in, and this is an ophthalmologist certified eye band actually used for people who have insomnia. So it is completely proven no light can enter even with your eyes open inside. So this is the eye band which we'll be placing on Ma Kaladhara.
Once Ma Yogaprana places the eye band, anyone can start commenting anything you want, whether it's a sentence you want her to read or any questions you have for Ma Kaladhara. You can post anything you want Ma Kaladhara to read in the comment section.
Yes, Ma
And you will
Kaladhara,
have
are you
it read by
comfortable?
her.
Yes. Yes. So I request you to turn to your right, to your left, up, down. Yes. So you can see from all sides it's completely covered. There's no possible way of light entering. And all of you know that it is possible for you to see only when the light enters your eye. So there's no way of light passing through the eye band. All of you can start posting any hard words. You can post any medical terms, any hard words, which a normal kid will not guess. How old are you, Makaladhara? 14. Okay, so she's only 14 years old. You can post any hard words. You can post emojis, anything which you feel like cannot be normally guessed. And if you feel that this is if you are very skeptical about this about this power, if you feel that this is not possible, you yourself can post something, and Ma Kaladhara will be reading it out with her eyes blindfolded. So yes, Ma Kaladhara, you can actually start reading out. There are a few comments.
Raja, he has posted Om Swami space JI and ADSON MONTEIRO has posted DOES today have Venkateshwara program. And now I'm coming back to the latest comments. ADSON MONTEIRO has posted thanks. ABINDITH has posted hi, please read. My name is ABINDITH and 3 smiley emojis and Nithyananda. Yes, I have read your comment.
Yes, and can you read a few comments above that, Ma Kaladhara?
You have a question, I guess, for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Ma Divyananda has posted Ma Kaladhara, which form of Devi is your favorite, Ma? There are so many, but one of them is Kali, and yeah,
Yes, so Ma Divyananda, you got to answer. One of Ma Kaladhara's favorite form of Devi is Devi Kali. Yes, you can continue reading Ma
And
Kaladhara.
again, Ma Divyananda has posted. You can read this number SEQU sequence Ma 09563.
Wow.
Yes,
You can continue
amazing.
reading. Maybe another 2-3 comments.
ATSONMONTEIRO has posted. When will have Kala Bhairava Akashic reading? As of now, we haven't got the news anything related to Kala Bhairava Akashic reading. When we get to know, we'll surely put it in the live chat under the live videos.
Yes.
And Ma Divyananda has posted. Ma Divyananda has posted, I love you. I love Kali too. And a heart emoji, which is red color. And
Yes, amazing. That was amazing. So all of you saw, and you can even see the side view camera, which is also being projected. You can see that there's nothing around Ma Kaladhara. There's nobody around sitting around telling her anything or anything. It is completely foolproof. You can see how she was clearly able to read with her eyes closed all of your comments. And now we'll be moving on to the next power, one of also the most awaited powers. But before that, I'll be removing Ma Kaladhara's icon. Yes, so you can see it's exactly the same. It's intact, and there's no difference. There's no change, and this is how the power of blindfold reading is manifested. Now you will be seeing the extraordinary power of body scanning being manifested. I request all of you to start posting comments. If you want the power of body scanning to be done for you, you can start posting comments in the live YouTube chat below.
Yes, so we request all the viewers to post your comments. So whoever wants a thought current scanning, a body scanning, can start posting what scan you would want. And we have our Nithyananda yogis and Balasans who are going to be doing a live scan for you and revealing what Paramashiva is revealing to them through their third eye. Yes. So we request all the viewers who are watching us through Nithyananda TV, through Facebook and through YouTube, start posting your comments on the thought current. So what you would like to scan. So many of you would have health problems, especially during this rampant period of pandemic, the COVID-19, which is actually melting the whole world. So you can start posting your questions or what scan you would like to have. And we have our Nithyananda yogis, Manitya Yoga Pranananda and Manitya Brahma Yogananda, who are going to do a live scan for all of you. Yes. I request the NTV operator to kind of project the balances. Yes.
So
yes,
we
so
have Sanika Travels saying, ma'am, please, I want a scanning. So maybe Ma Brahma Yoga, you can scan Ma Sanika Travels. And then
yes.
we have somebody called Ma Nirmala Sharma. And then, yes, Ma Nirmala Sharma, of course, with the blessings of Swamiji, just connect with Swamiji and he will surely protect you during this time of Pralaya.
Yes, and Rangarajan Rajan Aya has also posted, I have recently recovered from corona. Kindly scan my lungs and heal it, ma. Yes. So, Manitya Madhurananda, would you like to do a scanning for Rangarajan Rajan Aya?
Yes, sure.
Yes. So, Ma Sarika Travels, Ma Brahmayoga is doing the scanning for you. Rangarajan Rajan Aya, Ma Madhura is doing the scanning for you. And Yes. Okay, so Ma Divyananda has posted. I would like to know about any root pattern that may be incomplete. Yes, Ma. So I'll be doing the scanning for you. Ma Divyananda, I'll be doing the scanning for you. And now all the Balasins and the Nithyananda yogis will be chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, which is the direct passcode, which connects us to Paramashiva and raises us to a higher frequency. We'll be chanting the Mahavakya, doing the scanning, and the moment any of the Balasins or the Nithyananda yogis are ready, we will be revealing and giving the solutions also for you. Please stay tuned to get your body scanning done. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, so Rangarajanaya, what Paramashiva revealed to me when I was scanning your body was, yes, there are still some complications and stuff in your body due to COVID. But if you intensely do yoga and puja every day, with the blessings of Paramashiva, with the blessings of Swamiji, these complications will of course reduce and you will be healed. And also I was able to see another solution for this was every day drinking warm water with tulsi in it. So even this will help in the healing process. And one more thing I was able to see is in your stomach, there is lots of gas accumulating. So for that, if you have more fruits and green vegetables, it will help a lot. This is what Paramashiva revealed to me, Aya. You can respond back in the comment section.
Yes, beautiful.
Saying if you are able to relate to it.
Yes, amazing. And yes, so Ma Divyananda, I'll be revealing what Paramashiva revealed. Paramashiva, when I asked Paramashiva, please reveal any root patterns, the first thing which I was able to see is you are actually having a problem with your blood flow, and that is also because of incompletion since a very small age. Since a very small age, you feel like you are not loved enough, and you have that incompletion with your mother. And you also have, there was some incident which you saw, or something which you saw when you were at a very young age, which has impacted you, and you have started hating one part of your body. You've started hating the male component in your body, and you feel like very insecure every time you think of it. So that is also causing blood problems and frequent like just SDHD, self-doubt, self-hatred, and self-denial. And this is one of the root pattern which Paramashiva is revealing, which is really stopping you from unclutching, because you're consciously but unconsciously clutching onto this. So Paramashiva revealed you should do the unclutching meditation. Just deeply look inside, find out what is that root pattern, deeply look inside, and complete with that incident that you feel, oh, that incompletion which you have with your body. And really do when you do the deep completion with your body, every night apply turmeric on your forehead and with big kumkum, and you will be healed of this. This is one of the root patterns which Paramashiva revealed. And I request you to also get back in the chat, whether you were able to relate or resonate with what I have shared. Ma Brahmayaga, are you ready?
Yes. So I did the body scanning for Ma Sanika travels, and Ma Sanika, what Paramashiva revealed to me is that you get really tired and irritated during the day, and you always like, even though the weather is cool outside, you still feel very hot, and you feel really lazy, like like you don't know what to do. You'll always feel lazy and tired and hot during the day, and this irritates you a lot. And because of that, the way you speak to others is also naturally out of irritation, and that is actually causing incompletion. So Paramashiva revealed that the whole root for this is you're having iron deficiency in your body. So the solution which you should apply is you should eat a lot of dates every day and start drinking cold water for some time. Start drinking cold water and put a wet cloth on your stomach when you're lying down. If you do these three things, then it will completely become fine, and you'll see that you'll start becoming very active, and your body temperature will also cool down.
Yes, beautiful, amazing scanning, Ma Brahmayoga. Ma Sarika Travels, I request you to get back in the YouTube comments in the live chat, and you can see how beautifully just a small irritation which Ma is going through, Brahmayoga has revealed that it is because of iron deficiency. How mysterious the body is. This is exactly the reason why we need the third eye. See, normally any problems we have, let it be a cough, cold, fever, anything, we'll go to the doctor for a common checkup, and they'll give us, okay, this, they'll prescribe this medication for us. What will that medication do? Only it will only temporarily heal our body. It will never be able to permanently heal our body, because one thing that the doctor can never find out is the root cause of the problem. Because something physical can be also some incompletion, a mental incompletion, or something, a mental problem can also be with some incompletion with the physical body. Our body is so mysterious. This is the one thing which doctors can't find out, the root cause of the main problem. So what they do is they prescribe medicines. It is like continuously just cutting off the excess leaves, or just cutting off the weeds from the garden, but not uprooting them. They're bound to grow back, right? So the problem is bound to come back. Only when you uproot the weed, only then will it stop growing completely. So same thing with all your body problems. Only when you find out the root cause of why you have the problem will it even stop growing or coming back or occurring in your life again. So that is exactly the reason why we need the third eye. The third eye will
Ma
exactly
Divyananda
hit
has
the root.
commented that she's able to relate.
Yes, amazing. Thank you, Ma Divyananda, for getting back. And Rangarajan Ayya has also posted, thank you, Ma. I request you to also verify, Ayya, whether you were able to relate. Whether you are able to relate with what Ma Madhura said. And Ma Sarika Travels also, I request you to get back. Yes. Continuing. This is exactly the reason why we need the third eye, because the third eye can find out the root cause of the whole problem and exactly give a solution for that. Sorry? Yes, Mamadra, I request you to repeat. Okay, so Ma Sanika Travels has posted, yes, it's so true. Amazing. Yes, Brahmayoga, amazing. Yes, and she has requested you to repeat the solution, so you can repeat it, Ma Brahmayoga.
Yes, ma. So the solution which Paramashiva revealed is that you should start eating a lot of dates, and you should drink cold water only during the day. And when you lie down, like when you go to sleep in the night, you should put a wet cloth in your stomach and you should go to sleep.
Amazing solution, Ma Brahmayoga. And yes. So Ma Sanika Travels, that was for you. That was the solution for your body scanning, which you have requested for. And with this, we would like to thank all of you for joining us in today's Power Manifestation segment. And stay tuned for upcoming interesting segments before the Devi Parashakti Akashic readings. And you will be having many more interesting segments. Please stay tuned, and we'll be moving on to the next segment in a short break. We thank all of you for joining us. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
So thank you, Ma Yogaprana, and all our Nithyananda yogis. Yes. So next we'll be moving on to understanding about the divine feminine consciousness. An introduction to who is Devi Parashakti. So let us get into the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti. So the shloka says, Shivashaktya yukto yadi bhavati shakta prabhavitum nache devam devo nakhalu kushala spanditumapi Atasvam aradhyam harihara vrichintadibir api pranantum stotum va katamakrita punya prabhavati. Lord Shiva only becomes able to do creation in this world along with Shakti. Without her, even an inch he cannot move. And so, how can one who does not do good deeds or one who does not sing your praise become adequate to worship you, O Goddess mine, who is worshipped by the Trinity? We also have the next Dhyana Sloka of Devi Parashakti. Bhavanitvam dase mayi vitharadrishtim sakharunam iti stotum vanchan kadayati bhavanitvam iti yaha tadaivatvam tasmai disashi nijasayujya padavim mukunda brahmendra sputa makuta nirajita padam. So the translation says, if anyone has wish in his mind to pray, you, Bhavani, my mother, please shower on me a part of your merciful look. Even before he says, you Bhavani, you my goddess, would give to him the water falling from the crowns of Vishnu, Rudra, Brahma at your feet and grant him the eternal life in your world. So who is Devi Parashakti? So Devi, the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. So all the great things can start only with the mother. So Bhuvaneshwari is the cosmic mother, her cosmic womb, from which billions and billions of universes comes out and goes in. So the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. So Parashakti is the source of all of us. So we all came from Parashakti, stay in Parashakti, go back to Parashakti. So we all are literally the waves in the ocean called Parashakti. So Parashakti is the source Shakti, source energy, source power from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now and which all of us are going to merge. So it is like a wave, starts from ocean, stays in ocean, rises in ocean, falls into the ocean. So we all start from Parashakti, stay in Parashakti, rise in Parashakti, drop in Parashakti and merge in Parashakti. So as we know, Parashakti is the main deity of the sacred feminine and the divine consort of Bhagavan Paramashiva, who is the Lord of Supreme Consciousness. So Parashakti is the embodiment of Tyaga. So the divine feminine consciousness is literally unique to Hinduism. So the unique contribution to the spiritual consciousness from Vedic tradition is the sacred Devi worship, the feminine worship. So even if everything from that Vedic tradition gave is lost, then just if the sacred feminine tradition is there, then the whole thing can be revived because that is the seed. So Hinduism has at least 10,000 sampradayas, subsects. So if all the sampradayas are lost for some reason, and only this one sampradaya, the Devi worship, remains, the whole thing can be brought back. Because the whole thing is centered on this one, mother worship. So the one thing that is very unique is mother worship. So mother worship carries the blueprint, the hologram, the whole Vedic tradition. So that sacred feminine worship is a hologram of the Vedic tradition. So there is no enlightened being on the planet Earth without worshipping the sacred feminine, including me. So this was told directly by the Supreme Pontiff on the 17th of September 2010. So he says that I am basically a Shakta. I myself followed Devi worship. From the beginning, if you see my biography and all the deities I carved, the darshan I had, all the mother-based, everything is Devi-based. So Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, a great avatar who lived from 1836 to 1886, he says, Shiva is Brahman, but Devi has the key to reach Brahman. Unless she opens, nobody can reach. So very beautifully he describes a house scene. So even though husband is the owner, the key to the house will be on the hip of the mother. Either you have to fall at the feet of the mother, or these small sons of the mother, only they can touch that place, the hip of the mother, and remove the key. So nobody else can touch it. So either surrender to mother or people who are closer to the mother to reach her. Very beautifully said. So divine cosmic beings are real and they manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time-space zone through deities and incarnations. So in Madurai, Paramashiva as Bhagavan Somasundareshwara and Devi Parashakti as Devi Meenakshi, they came down from Kailasa and established the greatest enlightenment ecosystem. So in Madurai, Bhagavan Somasundareshwara graced the people of Madurai with various miracles, and he stays in a frequency where he can immediately assume the human body and relate with you. He answers you. He literally responds to you and he raises you. So this whole Shiva Leelarnava in Madurai, beautifully Paramashiva reveals in every time when he assumes the form to manifest certain power and grace the devotees. He literally exemplifies the expression of the sacred secret that humanity can literally benefit from it. So we have the Leela of finding Madurai. So the beautiful story where Dhananjayan, a merchant who was living in Manavur, the city of Kulasekara Pandiyan, the king of Madurai, one day he worshipped Lord Chokkalinga, so Paramashiva in the form of a linga, the dome-shaped deity, it forms of Shiva, in Kadambavanam in Madurai. So as he was worshipping, he had a vision of the Devas, the celestial gods, worshipping Paramashiva there, and he spoke of his vision to the Pandya king, who started brooding over it. So that night, Lord Somasundarar appeared in the king's dream as a Siddha. A Siddha is a self-realized mystic. And he advised him to convert the forest of the Kadamba Vanam into a beautiful city. So the king, immediately he gathers the best experts to construct a marvelous, a beautiful temple. So while the king performed the Shanti ceremony, means a ritual which is performed to remove any obstacle before the launch of any new venture, before building or before you launch any new venture, you do that ceremony. So Lord Sundareshwara, he allowed the nectar, the manna from the crescent moon on his head to mingle with the sacred Ganga water in his chest and flow on. Because it was so sweet, that is why it's called Maduram, the place acquired the name Madurai. So before he died, King Kulasegara Pandiyan crowned his son, Malayadvaja Pandiyan, as his successor. So literally, if you see these Leelas, Paramashiva tests the strength and will persistence of all the devotees. So he just tests only the Tyaga of a real devotee. So before you connect a house or a gadget with electricity, you will check the capacity with the wire to see if the medium is capable of transmitting the huge electricity. Or else you'll know it will get burnt. So before Paramashiva, he transmits the powers. He literally tests the capacity of Tyaga, because only then you will be able to receive it. So the core principles of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the Tyaga, the Vairagya, the Shaktis, are literally demonstrated by the 63 9 Mars of Shaivism. So Paramashiva himself came down and graced in the lives of these 9 Mars and liberated them with living enlightenment. We also have a beautiful story of the saint Nandanar. So Nandanar, he belonged to Adanur in the Chola kingdom, a part in the southern part of India of Tamil Nadu. So presently, this Adanur is located in Tanjavur in the Indian state of Tamil Nadu. So Nandanar was born in a Pulaya caste who were regarded untouchable. So they were agricultural laborers and singers, but he was an embodiment of humility and deep devotion. Only Paramashiva was his sole refuge, and he would often visit the places of pilgrimage and supply leather drums and such other musical instruments for all the Shiva temples. So when Nandanar, when he went to temples, he would stand outside Paramashiva's temple and sing the praises of Paramashiva, and he would literally dance. However, he harbored a strong urge to pay his respects to Paramashiva at the Shiva Lokanatha temple in Tiruppankur. So he went to Tiruppankur, and it is a place in Tamil Nadu, and he stood in front of the temple. So he literally grieved. Because Nandi, which is always right in front of Paramashiva, was hiding him. So he was not able to have darshan of Paramashiva. So Nandana literally prayed to Paramashiva to get a glimpse of the deity, because he was from the lower caste. He was not allowed to enter the temple. He literally prayed, and Paramashiva was highly pleased with his devotion. And he asked the Nandi to move a little so that Nandanar can have his darshan. So even today at Tiruppankur, Nandi is leaning to one side. So in all Shiva temples, you will see exactly in front of the deity, you can have the darshan of Nandi. So only in this temple, the Nandi is leaning to one side, and Nandanar got a delightful darshan of Paramashiva. So Nandanar cleaned up the surroundings of the temple. He dug a pond in honor of Paramashiva. He circumambulated the shrine and returned to his own place, Adanur. So Nandanar has visited many temples of Paramashiva, and he served the god. And once he longed to visit the Tillai Nataraja temple of Chidambaram, which enshrines the Paramashiva as Nataraja, literally the lord of dance. So he used to say every day that he will go the next day to Chidambaram, but he never actually dared to step in the holy town. So thus he came to be known as the Tirunalai Povar, that he who will never go tomorrow. So finally, Nandanar reached the boundary of Chidambaram, but he literally feared to set his foot in the town. So he saw the smoke of fire sacrifices. He heard the chants of Vedic scriptures. So thinking about how he can see Nataraja's dancing icon, dancing form, the Nayanar, the saint, he circumambulated the town numerous times, and he finally succumbed to fatigue and he slept off. But Paramashiva literally appeared in his dream and told Nandanar to enter the temple through a holy fire. So the god also informed the Brahmin priests of Chidambaram to prepare a pyre, and the next day the Brahmins approached Nandanar as per the divine order. So Nandanar, he just went around the fire, and with his name on his lips and his mind fixed on the lotus feet of Paramashiva, he jumped into the fire, and he emerged from the fire with a literally new holy body with sacred ashes smeared all over the holy thread and the matted locks. So he was then taken inside the temple, and in the Kanaka Sabha, he had the darshan of Paramashiva, and he went into the divine ecstasy, and he was completely absorbed in the dance of Paramashiva. And a dazzling light was seen in the room, and Nandanar had disappeared. He literally became one with Lord Nataraja. This is a beautiful story of Nandanar, the great saint. Yes. So with that,
Mahaprabhu Swami, the story of Nandanar, the great Shaivite disciple of Paramashiva himself. We heard about how Paramashiva performed the Leela in Madurai. We heard about how Paramashiva continued to perform the Leela in the lives of so many disciples, so many Shaivite devotees, and literally brought out their tyaga, their sacrifice out to the world. It is not just a few thousand years before in Madurai, or it is not just in the lives of some Shaivite saints. Even today, even till this day, Paramashiva and Parashakti are continuing to perform miracles in the lives of their devotees, in the lives of their disciples. And we have numerous accounts of the disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who have been blessed with all the auspiciousness, health, wealth, breakthrough, spiritual experiences, and manifestation of powers. So many extraordinary miracles happening in the lives of the disciples and followers of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, especially after the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading, where Devi Parashakti herself lands in the physical embodied form in the Nijavatar of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So today we have many devotees who are joining us to share their experience with Devi Parashakti. So let's get ready to hear from them after a short break.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through his body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But the Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Today, we have joining us Ma Aishwarya Murli from India, who is here to share her experience of Devi Parashakti Akashic reading. Nithyananda Ma Aishwarya.
Nithyananda Ma.
Nithyananda Ma, thank you so much for joining us for the live sharing today. So what is it that you are here to share with us?
Yes, so actually Ma, I have been seeing the Devi Akashic readings. They've been happening for around a month now. And I was attending it and I became a member of the channel, YouTube channel, so that I can post something. Even though really I had nothing as such, I felt even like asking to Devi. I still wanted to just say present, so every day I will just say something in the chat, right? And I saw, okay, Devi is really like ferocious, that she's really coming very direct and telling everything without beating around the bush at all. Okay, so in a way I was a little bit like intimidated about that. Of course, she's mother, so there's no incompletion, but it's just like, oh God, what is she going to expose about me to me now, right? So but still, even then I was just doing it simply, whatever, like just putting my presence there every day. And then after a point I was like, but Devi is not responding to, that thing of taking your name and addressing you, it gives a completely different feeling altogether. So I was really craving for that And I was like, what is happening? Why? What is this? What's going on that I'm missing this? Right? And then just a few days ago, Swamiji came and gave a live satsang after so long. And he gave this instruction and said that even if Devi is, doing boo-boo and frightening you and everything, she is only doing absolutely right for you. Don't be frightened about if she speaks, she scolds also, don't bother about it. The only thing is, if she should see you, and she should see your message and respond to you. That's what matters. She will sort out what needs to be sorted out. But you just be addressed by her, which is exactly what I also wanted. So Swamiji told this too simple, means baby level simple instruction, saying to keep the betel leaf and betel nut and 1 rupee coin, 1 paisa coin actually he was telling, right? And keep a banana. So very basic tambulam. He's saying just receive Devi ritualistically. Okay. So I said, okay, fine. Obviously, there is this part, which says, how is it connected? I know Swamiji is here. He's literally manifesting in this presence. His presence is here now. This is real, right? That they're meeting at this. It's not like it's a screen and something else like that. But somehow, even then, it was very difficult to really fully comprehend how is this keeping this betel leaves going to actually connect to Devi giving the response. Anyway, my questions will keep coming. So main thing is you do what Guru says, right? So I ordered it got some betel leaves, and the next time that I attended the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading, I kept the one small plate. And I just rushed and kept some betel leaf. I got it from my fridge and kept it. Got some 2 rupee coin and kept it on that plate. That's it. Such a zero level preparation actually. It wasn't even some big preparation that I did. It was what Guru told, that much only I did, right? And exactly that day, Devi responded to me. After 1 month, I'm waiting for. After 1 month of me waiting and craving and saying, please, 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 suddenly the very same day that I did this, she took my name, she responded, she addressed me as I wanted. And basically the idea that she'll say something scary is more scary than whatever she'll say. Because what she'll say is actually very sweet. Like if you connect with her, she's speaking to your cognition, basically. So it's very intimate conversation she's having at that moment, and it's very direct, and it's like how if your mom talks to you, you won't even have this idea that, oh, she's scolding or she's intimidating and all these big theory words. You'll just be like, yeah, she's telling something, I'm listening, and we're just sitting together and having this moment. It was literally like that. And how did this great blessing happen to me? Because my Guru told, keep betel leaf, and I just, without listening to my logic, obeyed and just did it and kept it. And immediately, the very same session, that moment, she's answering me. It was such a beautiful happening. If anybody is listening to this, the big takeaway is, more than even how happy and beautiful I felt from Devi answering, genuinely what's more powerful for me is that decision to listen to what Swamiji told, immediately paying off. That's what really struck me. Because obviously for so many years being connected to Swamiji, every time I've listened to him, good has happened to me. This moment is so unique because it happened immediately, like without any time gap. Also, it just immediately happened. So that is what really was the most beautiful part of this whole experience for me.
So beautifully shared, actually, Aishwarya. So whenever we listen to Guru Vak, I am doing it just because my Guru is saying. You will just see so many things just happening so auspiciously, immediately things manifesting in your life. Just this one cognition. I am doing it because my Guru told me. Right? Your logic may go with it, may not go with it, whatever, doesn't matter. I am doing it because my Guru told me. Just that one cognition is enough for you to have everything you want in life, and ultimately Jivan Mukti, ultimately enlightenment itself. Just this one cognition. I am doing it because my Guru told me. Very beautiful, Aishwarya. And this is actually one thing that Swamiji has told. For those of you who missed that satsang, just when Swamiji was explaining in the satsang about how to receive Devi Parashakti, Swamiji said, just have a plate with a betel leaf and a betel nut and some like 2 banana and a small dakshina, a coin. It can be a 10 paise coin or a $25 coin. Doesn't matter, some coin. And just offer it to Devi. And after the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading is over, you can consume that banana, you can consume that betel leaf and betel nut and banana. And that coin that you offer, just keep it separately, so that once it significant amount collects, you can send it to the LA temple as your dakshina, the temple in Los Angeles. So beautifully shared, Aishwarya. As soon as, see, so many of us are here. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I request you to do comment on the YouTube channel. How many of you are really waiting for Devi to answer your question? You are really waiting. You so much are like every day you come and post question. I just want Devi to call out my name. I really want Devi to respond to me. I want Devi to connect with me. I want Devi to Parashakti to answer my questions. I want the Cosmic Mother to just call me daughter. I just want the Cosmic Mother to call me son. I just want her to tell me that she is there for me. Something we will have. Somewhere we want her to acknowledge our presence. We want us to acknowledge her presence in our life. We want her to acknowledge our presence in her life. We just want Devi to call my name. I just want to hear how it sounds when Devi calls my name. What kind of experience I get inside of me. So many of us have this intense yearning. So all you need to do is simple. Just get 2 betel leaf, 1 betel nut, 2 banana, and a $25 or some coin. Just keep it in a plate. And just sincerely, Swamiji said, all these, without these rituals, it becomes an unconscious act. So when you actually do the ritual, every time you bring back that emotion, you bring back that bhava to connect with Devi, and you feel that she is real. That is what happens when you do these rituals. So these rituals are to break the monotonous, unconscious. At some point, you just keep seeing the screen, seeing the screen. You just take it for granted. You don't realize that, what Devi is actually landing from Kailasa. Being from Kailasa is coming and she is calling my name. Imagine in the whole Prapancha and in this world of 7 billion people, your name gets called. When Devi Parashakti lands from Kailasa, she acknowledges your question, she answers. How does it feel? It feels so special. You feel like Brahmanyam Bahuputratam. I am the favorite inheritor of the cosmos. I am her favorite. She called out my name. She called me daughter. Whatever it is. However she connects with you, you just feel that love. You just feel that warmth. You just feel that affection and that grace of Devi Parashakti. So beautifully shared, Ma Aishwarya. Anything else would you like to share?
Yes, Ma. Literally, this is something which is incalculable because it is too small an action. I was sitting in the same way, cleaning my room, preparing the space in the same way. Only thing different I did that time was what Swamiji told, keeping these items, few ritualistic items, that's it I did different. And it actually made such a big difference in what happened and even in the way I was receiving it. Like, it was so much more intense that I was receiving with like tears dripping down my face. It was so powerful, and the action actually what it did is no way proportional to the result which it actually brought. So definitely, like when we get these kind of small instructions, especially, let's jump into it and do whatever Swamiji tells. It's so fun and it works. It literally works.
Beautiful, Ma. Thank you so much for sharing, Ma Aishwarya. Thank you so much for coming live and sharing your experience today. Thank you.
Nithyanandam, thank you.
Nithyanandam. Yes. So next we have one of the names that if you have been watching Devi Parashakti Akashic reading, you would have heard one of the names where Devi has called so many times is Ma Serene Shia. and she has had many questions answered from Devi Parashakti. And today, Ma Serinchia is here to share her experience. And I think she got a beautiful spiritual name from the from Devi Parashakti herself. So she has a new name, but I'll have her come and reveal it. And so she's going to share in Chinese, and we have a Chinese translator also joining us to to translate what Serinchia is going to be translating. So thank you so much, Ma Serinchia, Nithyanandam, and welcome to Nithyananda TV. And thank you for joining live today to share your experience.
Thank you, Nithyanandam. OK， 我很感动的就是我最近都一直被女神祝福。那在她祝福之后呢，我觉得我内在的深层恐惧，就是对金钱啊，对那些物质，对房子的不舍得，全部的恐惧都挖出来了。所以那整个星期我是一直在做圆满，一直在面对那些恐惧的。
Okay, she's sharing that she's feeling very touched that she's been receiving blessings from Devi Parashakti. And this really helped her with her inner deep fears about wealth and her properties. Because recently she's been doing completions about all these fears.
Okay. 那就因为在显化 HJP 的过程中，我对就是金钱的恐惧啊，那些不圆满，真的就是感受到，因为我一直就是之前都一直，我去银行做转账的时候就是被拒绝，所以我知道就是我内在的不圆满，然后才会导致这些状况。
So she's telling about her fears during the process of manifesting SJP. And one incident was that when she went to the bank to do a wire transaction, she got declined. So she found there's completion in this area. Incompletion.
对，就是被女神祝福过后呢，那整个星期我的恐惧是非常的剧烈，就是我从来没有面对过这么剧烈的恐惧，就是我感受到我的心脏就很紧绷，然后好像要爆裂这样。那我知道这一切都是女神在帮我疗愈，就把我的恐惧挖出来，让我去面对。
So after she's got the blessings from Devi Parashakti, she can really feel this intense feeling of fears all coming at the same time. So she's knowing that it's Devi Parashakti that's healing her.
Yes. 然后呢，就在那整个星期的过程中，我去面对了，去做了圆满。然后呢，我就到了有一天，我就跟大师说，如果你认为我今天是圆满的了，那就请你显化给我看。我去到银行的时候呢，是会有一个非常漂亮的车位在银行前面，然后至少会有就最多2个人在银行前面排队吧。因为那间银行我每次去都是排很长的，所以我就跟大师这么说。
Okay, because of this intense fear that she's feeling after the receiving of the blessings from Devi Parashakti, so she did the completion with the fear, and then she asked Swamiji to show her a sign that she can do this wire transaction. She asked Swamiji to show her that when she reached the bank, there will be a nice parking place in front of the bank, and there should be only 2 people in line at the count.
Yes, then so the day, okay, 那一天我过去的时候呢，就真的显化了，就看到哇，真的是有一个车位就在银行前面，然后真的只有2个人在排队，所以我就很有信心，说我今天应该就可以转账成功。
So this thing turned out really just what she wanted Swamiji to manifest. So everything just turned out exactly what she wanted. So Swamiji really manifest all this for her. There's a parking place and there are only 2 people in the bank. So now then she was full of confidence that she knew she could do the wire transaction.
Yes， 然后我就去到了银行，银行职员就帮我拿了那个号码，好像才不到1分钟就到我了。那我就去柜台，我就带齐了文件，我就告诉柜台说我要做这个转账，因为上个星期转账不成功，就会银行需要多一点资料，那我今天带齐资料来了。
Okay, so she went straight in, and there's a person there, a staff there, that helped her with a waiting number, but she waited less than only 1 minute, and then she's got everything needed for the proof, and it just went perfectly well.
对，那银行职员就叫我坐下来的时候，他就在检查那个文件嘛。那过后我就看到他又叫另外一位同事来看这些文件，当时我心里又升起了一点恐惧。可是我就比起在上一个星期去到银行的时候，那个恐惧是差很多的。上一个星期还不圆满的时候，我的恐惧，我的心脏就好像快跳出来这样，所以我就感受得到那个分别。
Okay. So she went to do the wire transaction the first time. It was a week earlier. At that time, she was really frightened. She was full of doubts and fears. But this time, still the staff there was still checking all the documents. But then there's this staff checking and asking another one to come check again. She was waiting, but she's feeling she's more, much less fear than what she was a week ago. Yeah.
Yes. 然后呢，过后我又再看到他们就叫更高层的，应该是经理级的这个银行职员过来看这个文件了。我当下我就赶快闭上眼睛，我就观想，他就是大师，他在看银行文件。然后呢，大师说，哦，这些钱是转去开拉萨的 ，OK， 可以 pass。
Well, after 2 staff checking her documents, finally a senior manager was called in. And when the manager was checking all the things, she just visualized that it's Swamiji that's checking the proof, checking the documents. And and Swamiji says, okay, the money's going to Kailasa. We approve.
OK， 那就接下来就是那一位经理把我的文件带去，就是去到他座位，输入那些 switch code， 然后他就叫我过来，他就叫我名字过来，他就给我看那个荧幕上面的那个银行的资料，他说，诶，这个资料不是你给我的这个，后来我就突然想到，哦，是的，这个资料是刚好，Sri Amitra 有发给我，在我的 WhatsApp 里面。我就说，哦，不好意思，我给错你旧的资料，我的新资料是在我的 WhatsApp 里。那我就给他看，他就说好的，那你现在发来我的邮件吧。
So the senior manager took her to his office and he found a minor difference. Something was not right, and he asked her the question, this is not the thing that you are supposed to hand it over to me. And then she suddenly remembered, yes, there should be somehow the document is in her WhatsApp app. So she just told the manager that she would email him to his email address.
那我就觉得很神奇，因为通常银行是不会直接给我们他们的邮件的，通常这样的情况他一定会叫我你再回去把这个文件打印出来再倒回来吧，但这一切都没有发生，我就觉得好惊讶。
So what she found surprising is that usually the banks in Taiwan, they would ask you to go back home and collect everything again and come back. But this time the manager just directly gave her his email address. So it was really easy this time.
Yes, and 然后在上一个星期我去转账的时候，其实是有被问到，就是他说这个 lifetime membership 太贵了，然后也跟我说我们的银行最多一天不能转超出多少钱出国。那个时候我知道我是不圆满的状态下，我才会显化这么多问题出来。那可是当天呢，我就很神奇，我知道圆满了，然后这些问题他们从头到尾都没有提过，从来就没有提过什么 lifetime membership 太贵啊，或者是说那个一天不能转超出多少钱，就完全都没有被质疑这些问题。
Okay, so a week earlier when she went to the bank for the first time, the staff there was asking her why you needed to pay such big amount of money. Why we usually don't do this large amount of money abroad. And she knew that at that time, the reason why she got declined, all the problems happened because of her incompletion. But this time, they didn't ask anything. The question wasn't repeated. So yeah, it's different this time.
然后呢，还有一个就是之前本来我有想过要换银行的，被拒绝过后的上个星期嘛，后来我想其实是我内在不圆满嘛，即使换银行你不圆满也是不会成功的，所以我决定就是去做一个实验嘛，就是在你圆满的状态下，你回到同样的银行，我觉得就不会有那么多问题，所以我就坚持我不换银行，我倒回同一间银行，然后我就要做这个实验嘛，就要做大师所说的，你内在圆满的话呢，你的外在的那些逻辑啊根本都不会运作。
So she went back to the same bank for the second time out of an experiment, because she knew that the first time she got declined was because of her incompletion. She did thought of changing another bank and try it, but then she knew because of her incompletion, now she's completed. She can carry this completion to the same bank and do the same procedure again. So she wants to see if she's the result. It's an experiment for her.
是，我就觉得这一切的过程啊，在显化 AJP 的过程，这一些恐惧啊、不圆满啊等等的，所有这些经历，我觉得是大师要给我一个亲身的见证，要让我知道呢，当你圆满的话，你那些逻辑的外在的逻辑都无法就是阻碍你。
So now she knows that it's Swamiji really wants her to experience her fear, her incompletion with fear. And now she realized that when she's completed, no more logic can stop her.
是的，所以我也很感谢，就是在女神的祝福下呢，我有感受到内在空间的不同，就是好像怎样说呢，就是除了把我的深层恐惧带走，然后还就注入了比较多爱的能量吧。然后因为我今天觉得我突然有一个想法说，我最近好像更爱大师了，我最近好像不这么容易发火什么的，好像就是我感觉就是女神一直在祝福我嘛，我觉得是女神知道我可能从小到大都觉得自己是被冷漠的，不被爱的，可能她知道我缺爱，所以她就一直的祝福我，注入爱的能量给我。
So she's been repeatedly getting blessings from Devi Parashakti. She feels that because her childhood, she wasn't a loved child. So now that's why Devi Parashakti wants her to feel being loved. And now she feels that with the blessings, her inner space has changed. She's now full of love. And now she's got deeper connection with Swamiji as well. Deeper love towards Swamiji as well.
Wow, beautiful, mom.
呀，然后我也要感谢，就是在我 HAP 显化的过程中，一直鼓励我、一直帮助我的老师，如马 Paramesha、马安丹迪尼，还有马凯拉萨，很感谢他们一直鼓励我，没有放弃我。然后我也很感谢自己没有放弃。
Now, finally, she wants to thank all the volunteers that's supporting her through all this SJP manifestation. And she's feeling lucky that she didn't give up, and she's made it.
Oh, beautiful, Ma. Wonderful, Sarinjay. It is a very wonderful, very touching sharing how just the space of completion manifests so much in us, and how once the space shifts to the space of completion, how everything outside just reflects that space of completion. It is a beautiful sharing, Ma Sarinjay. Thank you so much for coming live and sharing your experience with us today.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nithyanandam.
Yes, so dear viewers, now it's time for us to go and see how we can connect with Devi Parashakti. So we will have all the same amazing experiences that all the devotees have been sharing so far. So how do we connect with Devi Parashakti is what we are going to see in the next segment after a short break.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through his body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Viewers. So I'm sure all of you were listening to these experiences and wondering, how do we experience that deep feeling connection with Devi? Will Devi Parashakti call out my name today? Will I have that same experience with Devi Parashakti? So in the next segment, we are going to share with you how can you experience that, that Devi Parashakti is real. She's coming down from Kailasa to bless each and every one of us. How do we connect with her? How do we relate with her? How can we ensure that Devi Parashakti connects with us so that we can also experience the same experience as so many devotees who have been blessed with her? So the next segment, how can we connect with the Devi Parashakti? The offerings that we have to Devi Parashakti.
Yes. So let us now understand what is the significance of offering to Devi Parashakti. So what is an offering? So offering is a giving of divine gift of pure love, devotion and oneness, and an offering consists of two parts. One is giving, number two is accepting. Only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. So offering is not made out of fear nor out of greed. So when an avatar, he lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out for the only purpose of enlightenment. So this is the significance of offering.
Now let us see what are the different offerings that we have for Devi Parashakti. What do the scriptures describe about the very form of Devi Parashakti? The Dhyana Shloka. Indhuni bhaveda karavaknina yasnam syat pankajavara japaksha sarayuktam angahi mabhushana vichitravasanam syat tungamakotojjvala manonmani swarupam.
Yes.
Moonlight
the translation of the verse says, moon-like face, holding the Vedas books on hand, fire in eyes, with lotus flower, gracing and blessing hands, and one hand with japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining bing crown. Her name is Manonmani.
This is a reference from the Mula Agama, the Manonmani Dhyanam. The next Dhyana Shloka we have, Dhyaye Devim Trinetram Sashini Bhavadanam Vedahastam Dadanam Savye Patmam Varadam Apare Cha Bhayam Sakshamalam Divyaira Varanair Vibhushitadanam Brahmadibhih Pujitam Devi meva manonmanim pradidinam kamarthadatrim shubham.
So the translation says, I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes, glowing like a moon, and hold Veda, lotus, and grazing with blessing and grazing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods, and showers auspicious boons for all the actions every day.
Now, many of the offerings that we offer to Devi Parashakti is offered of gold. So, what is the significance of offering gold to Devi Parashakti? We have a reference from the Atharva Veda, and the translation of this verse says, triple born by birth is as gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from Sopma when it was hurt, and one they call the seed of virtuous and the powerful Apa, the water molecules. Let that triple gold be for your long life. So gold is considered a divine element. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse the sattva energy and the positive thought currents in anyone who wears and anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity.
Yes. So the significance of the divine element gold. So gold is present in all scriptures, agamas, Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas and Puranas. So in all the Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious, purest metal which purifies our very being. So in Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold, and even the ritual feasts were offered in golden bricks. So when one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. So gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. The streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. So horses, cows were dressed in gold.
The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. Indus River was called as Hiranmaya, the river of gold in Rig Veda. The river Saraswati was called Hiranyavardhani in Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold, decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy
Gifts
for thousands of years. It lasts
Sorry.
forever.
So we'll now be moving on to the offering to Devi Parashakti. The first offering you can make is the E-Hundi offering. So the Shastra Pramana, it says, Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Gamya, Bhakti Vashya, Bhayapaha, Shambhavi Sharadharadhya, Sharvani Sharmadayini. Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all the fears.
So any fear in the minds of the devotee, especially now during the corona pandemic, there's so much of fear, anxiety, insecurity. Just sit and connect to Devi and just pray to her. Devi, let us all be safe and let you protect us, our whole family from this corona pandemic. And just pray to Devi. All your fear will be removed. She will just be there as a divine mother, protecting you and showering you with all the auspiciousness. So a devotee never has any fear because he knows his guru, his Ishta Devata is there protecting him. So the E-Hundi offering, you can make an offering of any amount as the E-Hundi offering from $1 to $100 to $1,000. And the link you can go ahead and offer is tiny.cc/Devi-E-Hundi. You can find the link in the scroll text in the bottom of the screen.
Yes. So the next offering is the offering of Sankalpa chanting. So the Shastra Pramana from the Devi Mahatmyam, chapter 12, verse 34, it says, Tayaitan mohyate vishvam, saiva vishvam prashuyate, sayachitta cha vijanam, tushtarudhim prayaschadi. The goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in materialistic sense. So offering this Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution, it blesses the person offering with all the fruition of desires and wishes he is yearning for.
The next offering to Devi Parashakti is that of the Swarna Kasu, the Sahasra Nama Swarna Kasu. Devi is called Nama Parayana Prita, the one who likes the repetition of her various names. Because the more and more we repeat her name, we get empowered. We start manifesting all the divine qualities. It's not like she wants us to read her name. But by reading her name, we manifest all the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. So this is the offering of 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. It's a very special and a unique archana to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. Offering a gold coin inscribed with each of the 1008 names and receive the blessings to hand Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti.
Yes, the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl. So the Meenakshi Pancharatnam, it says, Muktahara Lasat Kirita Ruchiram Purnendu Vaktra Prabham Shinjannupura Kinkini Manidharam Padmaprabhavasuram Sarvabhishta Falapradam Girisutam Vanirama Sevitam Meenakshim Pranatosmi Santatamaham Karunya Varam Nidhim. I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls, and the face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones, and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddess Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion.
Offer the pearl finger ring to Devi Parashakti and receive blessings to be showered by her compassion and pure love in all your business endeavors. So, anything you want a breakthrough in your business and want to experience the compassion of Devi Parashakti in your business, you can offer the finger ring with a pearl. It comes in 3 sizes. The smaller size is $251, the medium size is $501, the large size is $750 only. So, you can offer in 3 different sizes as well.
Next offering is Swarna Padma Pushpam, the golden lotus. So the Kamikagama verse, it says, Ashtavidhyeshwaropeta Kumbhavarana Samyutam Sarve Sasutra Vastradhya Hema Pankaja Bhushitaha Sabhidhana Sakurchascha Pakwa Bhilva Falaprabaha Snapana Dhyaya Samsiddha Pramanena Smanvidaha. All the kalasas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with lotus flower made of gold.
And the gold, the lotus is mentioned in hundreds of scriptural references of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Almost everything in worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of the deities of worship or meditating on the mudras and asanas used during worship involves lotus flower, lotus leaf, lotus pericap, lotus petals. So therefore, lotus is considered a divine flower. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called lotus. The base on which the linga is installed is a Padma Pita, the lotus Pita. The disciple of Paramashiva is also considered a lotus who is about to bloom. So offer the gold coin in any size you wish to and be blessed to have the state, space, powers and the being in your inner space amidst any adverse situation in your life. And the Padma Pushpa, the smallest size is only $600, so you can even just offer that.
The next offering is offering of Swarna Metti, the golden toe ring. Where the Shastra Pramana, it says, Nakhadi Dithi Samchanna Namajjana Tamoguna Padadvaya Prabha Jala Parakrita Saroruha. You, whose brightness from toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. You, whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower.
So offer the toe ring to Devi Parashakti, adorning her sacred feet to be in the space of constant gratitude for receiving her blessings, even in the most difficult aspects of your life.
The next offering is offering of Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry. Sudha Sarabhi Varshini, she who makes her nectar flow in all our nerves from Sahasrara. She who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. The Mangtika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara chakra, which is fully opened.
The next offering that we have to Devi Parashakti, before we move on, just Swarna Mangtika, offering of the Swarna Mangtika and receive the blessings of overflowing gratitude and compassion. And the next offering that we have for Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the offering of gratitude at the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, manifesting Devi Parashakti, manifesting in the Nijavatara of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, just touching, being able to touch the feet of Devi Parashakti, being able to touch the feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and just be able to offer the puja, right? Just visualizing that sitting in his breathing space and offering the puja, what a biggest blessing it is. And Guru Gita, the most sacred scripture in Hinduism, it says, Puja Moolam Guru Padam. The root of all the worship is worshipping the feet of the Guru. So it is considered the most auspicious thing. So, and we have Guru Purnima that's coming up just next month. And you can start registering. That is the one day every disciple should offer Pratiksha Pada Puja to their Guru. So that's on the Guru Purnima day. So offer the Pratiksha Pada Puja and receive the blessings and auspiciousness of the Supreme Pontiff.
Next offering is the Vastra Seva. So you can also offer the Vastra Seva along with the Pratiksha Pada Puja. And offering this Vastra Seva, it blesses the Yajaman with all the auspiciousness and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
So we have various offerings. You can go ahead and make an online payment in the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. That's the first link that you need to choose to make an offering to Devi Parashakti. And after you make that offering, you have to go and fill the Sankalpa form, which is tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021. We will now be taking you through a walkthrough. Go ahead and take a moment to go ahead and make any offering you choose, knowing that Devi Parashakti is going to be there receiving your offering. Just go ahead and make the offering to Devi Parashakti. So now we will be showing you a walkthrough of how to go ahead and make these offerings to Devi Parashakti.
Yes. So when you log into tiny.cc/Devi-offerings, you are led to this page. You can see the Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan donations. So here you have an option to choose the seva. Now, let us say I have chosen Mukta Anguti, the golden finger ring with pearl, which is about $501. And then let's say I'm going to offer 2 times. So adding to the cart. Yes. So once I add to the cart, then I'm led to this page where I can proceed to checkout. So when it proceeds to checkout, here are the billing details. So I have to enter my first name, last name, the email ID, phone number, and all the other details. Then you can see my order here. Then I enter my card details. Click on I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions. Then place the order. Yes. So this is how you can avail these offerings. And once you avail the offerings, you need to enter the Sankalpa details. So for that, tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021. So if I go to that page, then yeah, so this is the tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021. Then I have to go to next. Then there are a bunch of terms and conditions. I can go through that and agree to all of that. Then I need to enter the payment details. So after I enter the payment details, then offering for. Here there are a list of offerings. I need to click on Devi Parashakti offerings. Yeah, Parashakti Arulvaka is the offering. So once I click that, then I can go to the next page. So we'll also go through how can you offer YouTube. So if you go to YouTube page, Nithyananda YouTube channel, you also can offer and show your support to Kailasa using just hold on. Yeah, so you can go to get into the YouTube channel, and you can see there are various options. The first option is join, super chat, and super sticker on your right hand corner. So if you click on join, you have certain options of e-Kailashian bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and premium. So you can enter into any of these options. Yes. You can, and then click on join. After you click on the join,